Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you came to visit with me today. And for those of you who saw my uh, video where I show the things that I won in Bonnie's giveaway, this was the pair of earrings that I got from her, and this was the top that I said it matched. See how perfectly that matches? I mean, it wouldn't have been like if I had went to the store and picked it out myself. It's perfect. Now in this video it looks black and gray, but it's actually a real pretty bright blue, and the earrings are black and blue, so it was a perfect match. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you, this is so hard for me to do, 5 of the most embarrassing moments in my life so far. I'm not dead yet, so there may be some more moments come along that's embarrassing. So here we go. 5 most embarrassing moments in my life. Okay, and the first one, I have already done a video about it. And you can check that video if you want. It's called Tooting in KFC. And that's exactly what happened. I won't go into great detail here like I did in the video that I did, but I was at KFC getting lunch with my son and my boyfriend, and my little boy had to go to the bathroom, and he took off running to the bathroom, and I had a gas pan, was trying to hold it back and didn't do a very good job, and as I ran after him, every step I took was toot, toot, toot all the way to the bathroom. Oh, I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even come out of that bathroom because I knew the people that were sitting in there eating heard that. And I just watched the video for all the details on it. But anyway, that was the first embarrassing moment in my life, was when I had a gas attack in a KFC. Wow. Okay. And the next most embarrassing moment, this was not my fault. I was working in a nursing home in the laundry room, and we used to wear, we kind of wore uniforms, which was a smock thing that had the pockets in it with those kind of pants like hospital scrubs, kind of. And of course, I was overweight, even then, even more than I am now. I've been overweight most of my life. And so the smock was pretty big on me. And one of the people that came to visit somebody in the nursing home there came up to me and asked me when my baby was due. I was not pregnant. Oh my goodness, it was embarrassing for them. It was embarrassing for me. I didn't really know how to handle it. I guess the smock was so big and balloony that they thought I was pregnant. And like I said, I was overweight, so my belly was pretty big. I think I just come right out and told her I'm not pregnant, I'm just fat. But that was pretty embarrassing for somebody to assume that you're pregnant just because you're so big and you're wearing loose-fitting clothes. That just so embarrassing. And then this next one, this is kind of my fault, which I'm doing better at it nowadays than I did back then. But this was before I had a handle on my money and how I spend it. And I had went to the register. I had picked out a bunch of stuff that I was going to buy. And I don't remember if it was groceries or if it was just regular things, probably at Walmart. And when I got up to the register to pay, I didn't have enough money in my purse to pay for the items that I had. There was people lined up behind me, waiting to check out. Now, I had more money out in the car, but I didn't have it on me at that time. So the only thing that I could do was tell them, I guess we'll have to put something back because I don't have enough money. And that caused a big problem because everything that I had picked out was things that I really needed. So I had to make the decision of picking out something that I didn't need as much as I did the other things that cost the amount of money that I was short, to put it back so that I could go ahead and pay for the things that I could pay for. And then when I got out to the car, I could take some more money and go back in and get that thing. I think I actually told them, if you'll hold this here at the register for me, I'll go out and get the money and come back in and pay for it, because I didn't need it. I don't remember if it was a food item or just something I was buying, but that was pretty embarrassing. Have any of you guys had that happen to you, where you get to the register and you don't have enough money? I guess it's a common thing. With people, they shop and maybe they overestimate, what the tax is going to be when you get up there. It's an entirely different amount, and then you're embarrassed because you didn't bring that much money with you. But that was pretty embarrassing. And the next one that I'm going to tell you about, this happened shortly after my son was killed, and my cousin came by the house. I had been here in the house for like 4 days, not really doing anything, just kind of in total shock. I wasn't eating right, I wasn't sleeping good, and I was basically just wallowing in my bed in my misery and crying and everything because of the accident where my son was killed. And my cousin had come to my house and knocked on the door, and I wasn't expecting her. She didn't call ahead of time and tell me she was coming, but she came and knocked on the door and told me, she said, "Vicky, you need to get out. You don't need to just stay in here where pictures and everything," because I had a wall over here that's got all his pictures hanging on it and stuff, and I was sitting in, basically just sitting and looking through photo albums, baby photo albums, and pictures of him, and just sitting there and crying and stuff. And she said, "You really need to get out and try to go somewhere and get out of this house. You've been in here for the last 4 days. You need to get out." So she said, we'll go have lunch." And so there wasn't any place really here in the town that I live in. So she said, "Well, we'll go to Poplar Bluff. That's another town that's about 40 miles away from where I live." And she said, "We'll drive over there and get something to eat." So we drove over there and we talked and we visited on the way over there. And she picked out a really trendy little restaurant to eat in. Like I said, I hadn't been eating right here at the house. Probably hadn't really been eating anything at all much. And I got like a tuna fish sandwich, and it had a little side dish of coleslaw, and maybe there was some sweet potato fries. And she ordered us a cheesecake that we split. She ordered one cheesecake and the two of us split it. So I ate the food. I was actually really hungry, and it was very good food, and I ate that food. Of course, on an empty stomach, that was probably not the best choice for me to make. And she said, "We're going to go down the road here. There's some flea markets on the outside of town, out by the lake. We'll drive over there and go look around in the flea market." I said, "Okay," because I like doing that kind of stuff. Well, as we were pulling into the driveway, I could feel my stomach churning. And I knew I was going to need to go to the bathroom real quick, because that food, just that fast, from eating it in town and driving to where we were at, it was already going through my system. So I was holding it back, praying, "Lord, please let me get in there and find a bathroom real fast, because I need to go." And we pulled up in there, and she turned the car off, and I opened the door and stepped out. And when I stepped one leg out, it just shot right through me. I mean, I couldn't have stopped it no matter what I did. It was already happening. And I was hanging onto the door and kind of bending over. I'm like, oh God, oh God. I can't go in. And she's like, "Why?" And I said, "I just messed my pants." I said, we're going to have to leave." She said, "That's okay, that's okay." So she went to the trunk and she got a jacket out of the trunk and put on the seat for me to sit in. And we rolled the windows down in the car and we drove all the way home. And I apologized to her the whole way home. And she kept telling me, "That's fine. You don't have to apologize. Things happen. It was an accident. I do it too. It happens to a lot of people." But I was so embarrassed over that, because her and I hadn't really had a much of a relationship growing up as kids, and she had just recently moved to town, and that was pretty much the first time that she'd ever reached out to me to do anything with me. And I was just embarrassed that I ruined the day that we didn't get to go to the yard sale. So, of course, we had to smell that all the way home. And we came to the house, and I got out and I took the jacket and tied it around my waist and came on in so I could get in the shower and just pull everything off and clean up. But anyway, that's TMI. Y'all don't need to hear the rest of the story. The rest of the story was I had to come home and clean it up. And the last thing that was pretty embarrassing. This is not super embarrassing, but it was pretty embarrassing. My ex-husband and I were traveling to St. Louis to visit his family. And halfway up there, which was like after about an hour and a half, we stopped to make a pit stop to get something to drink and to use the bathroom. So we stopped at one of those rest areas where you pull off the interstate, and you go in and there's like picnic tables and stuff. And there's men's bathroom and there's women's bathroom and there's an area to walk your dogs and all that stuff. So I was in a hurry to go to the bathroom, and I wasn't really paying any attention where I was going. And I walked around the corner. I went in a bathroom, and I was looking, and there was urinals on the wall, and I'm thinking, wow, I wonder when they started putting urinals in ladies' bathroom. That's kind of neat, And I thought, well, maybe I went into the family bathroom, or the unisex bathroom, because there was actually stalls in there too, like they have in the ladies' bathroom, with doors on it, but there was urinals on the wall. So I went ahead and I think I went ahead and went into one of the stalls and went ahead and used the bathroom and walked out. And when I walked out, I turned around and looked, and it said men's. I had walked into the men's bathroom. Oh, I'm just so glad there wasn't any men in there. Oh, and I walked out, and I was laughing when I walked out because it was funny after it was over with. And I told my husband, I said, I just went to the bathroom, in the men's bathroom. And I said, you weren't in there, were you? And he said, no, he'd already finished up. So, okay, that is all of my most embarrassing moments so far in my life. I'm sure there may be more happening, but and there might be more that I forgot about. I just can tell you the ones that I was thinking about when I got ready to do this video for you. So thank you guys so much for coming and visiting with me today on this video. Be sure and do the thumbs up thing if you enjoyed this silly video at all. And y'all come back and see me any old time. Bye for now. Bye, y'all.